So you've poured your heart into your course, but now the idea of launching it makes you a little nervous. What if no one buys? What if I do something wrong? What if I miss an important step? What if it's a waste of time? All the what ifs, I get there, I've been there. If you've had the thought, I've had the thought as well. Today, I'm breaking down the most common course launch pitfalls that most entrepreneurs make so you can avoid them. Because I know on my journey in the beginning, if I had videos like this, it would have saved me so much time, so much angst, so much money. I think back to my first few course launches, and let's just say they were not a home run. I made pretty much every mistake in the book. I overcomplicated the launch. I tried to do it all on my own. Pretty much was throwing spaghetti at a wall and hoping it would stick, or taking a bunch of duct tape, putting it together and praying. Where did that leave me? Exhausted and little to show for it. That is why I want to save you time and stress. So get out your journal, get out your pen, because we're going to school today. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up. Pitfall number 3 is the most common one that I see entrepreneurs wrestle with, because it can be really overwhelming and overcomplicated very easily. So when we get to that one, I'm going to have you take a big breath, a big exhale, and we're going to get through it together, okay? Because I know God has instilled in you such beautiful and powerful gifts that you are ready to share with the world, to monetize, and to turn into a profitable course or profitable courses. As someone who has been in the online space for over a decade, I have helped hundreds and thousands of women transform their lives, their businesses, and really get to a place where things are rooted. They have the foundational pieces in place that need to be there in order for their business, not just to grow, to flourish, but to actually scale. So I'm excited to walk you through these pitfalls. Let's dive in, okay? Pitfall number 1, building the course before you sell it. I call this making your course top heavy or front loading it too much. We want to make sure that you pre-validate and pre-sell your offer before you actually build that. So it looks like 2 different ways. Number 1, begin to share behind the scenes of you putting the course together, meaning the outline, who it's for. Seeding is selling, is what I always tell my clients. Seeding is selling. So begin to share on your Instagram stories or on YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever platform you're on, behind the scenes, so to say, of you putting it together. So you want to share that, and then you want to reach out to past clients. If it is a similar one to one you've done before, ask past clients for any referrals they have for people that they know that your work would be a great fit for them. And you want to share with your email list what you got going on. Then once you create the sales page for it, you're going to sell the course and you haven't built anything for it. This is a build with you course method. And this goes against pretty much everything that you hear out there of making sure you have it all together, all the modules recorded, get it all done. And it is a waste of time and your energy and not a smart business move, because when you actually are building it as you go, you're going to be able to get feedback in real time from the people going through the course, where it's going to affect what you put in the second module, third module, that's going to support them even more than you had before. So pre-sell it, pre-validate it, because here's also the thing. Say you put a sales page together and it was a great idea, the course, you are so excited, but I'm going to be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? Cool. Just because your course you think is a good idea doesn't mean your audience needs it or wants it right now. Sorry. Not sorry. I have done this in the past. I only teach on what I've learned so you can learn from my mistakes and get to where you want to go faster. But just because it's a good idea doesn't mean they actually want to buy it. So what if you build a sales page and you didn't do any pre-sale selling, any seeding, getting feedback from people? Oh my gosh, I want that. I want in. Yes, etc. And then no one buys it, and come to find out it's just not what they needed. And you spent all that time building the course, well, for nothing. We want to build the course with them by pre-selling and pre-validating. Avoid the pitfall of building the whole thing before you sell it. I think about my client, Emma, who was putting together a program and did not front load it, sold it before she built it. And she ended up having over a $30,000 launch. And guess what? She ended up shifting things throughout the modules as her clients were going through it, therefore producing better results and a transformation for them because she was able to meet them exactly with what they were needing help with during that. Had she built the whole thing and not pre-sold it, it would have been a completely different result. Pitfall number 2, being vague with your promise. When you have unclear messaging, your audience doesn't know if the program, course, offer is for them. So therefore, they're going to go to the sales page. It might be beautiful, great idea, inspiring, like, oh yeah, maybe in the future, because the promise of the transformation you're providing isn't clear. Here's an example. Instead of learn Instagram, it would be teaching them how to build 1,000 followers on their Instagram and convert them into paying clients. 2 very different promises. One is vague, one is very clear. And I recently did a video that is 5 reasons why your course isn't selling, where I talk a little bit more about the one problem that your course is here to solve and the transformation. So make sure you go watch that. So when you think about your course, what is the promise? What is the outcome? What is your ideal client buying? You're going to be happier, healthier, more thriving, and make more money. That to you, that might sound clear because you know your stuff, you know your work. But to a buyer, that's really vague because that can mean so much. Other examples is you're going to feel empowered. What does empowered mean? Empowered means something to so many different people. Think about it. What does that mean to you? It's going to have a different definition for you than it does for me. Therefore, it's not going to be clear on the sales page in your marketing what empowered really means. Therefore, I wouldn't know if it's for me. And I'll add another one to this. The word that always comes to mind when I'm helping clients get clear on this is be obnoxiously specific. Specific AF. The more specific examples you give of what you mean by the transformation of promise that you're providing, the more they're going to understand it. So specificity sells. Write that down. All right, pitfall number 3. We're almost here. We're almost to the finish line. This is the one where I see people get bottlenecked by, and I'm like, come on, let's keep going. You got this. We can move through this. And when they overcome this, they feel like they can overcome anything in their business. It is really beautiful, but it's like, it's just a thing that happens. And that is overcomplicating the tech. I get it. I used to be really overwhelmed by the tech and the back end, the systems, the connection. When they get their email, where does it go? When they buy, where does it go? And I would let that be a bottleneck for getting my course out there. I would build the course, pitfall number 1 wrong. I'd build the course, I get the sales page going, and then to think about, oh my gosh, where do I put it all? How do I deliver it? I want to make sure it looks good. Boom. I would procrastinate, delay, self-sabotage, and not even get the course out there. That's why I want you to pick one system, the power of one. One problem, one transformation, one. Write that down. One. One system is going to change your life. In the future, I'm going to be putting together a video comparing different systems to host courses, why I like one, pros, cons, etc. So make sure you're subscribed to stay tuned for that video if you want to learn more about what platform to put your course on. But pick one platform, whether that's Kajabi, Thrive. There are so many others out there. But that way, your CRM, your sales page, how you take money, everything is in one place. You're going to have to do a little bit of digging until I come out with my video to help you pick that one platform to get it out. It might even just look like a Google Drive folder. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. I see so many people overcomplicate this process, especially in the beginning or when they're scaling their business. They want to have the best of the best. It's actually more important just to get your offer out there to help the people that you're here to help than getting overwhelmed by tech. So we don't want to duct tape things together anymore. Duct taping is wasting your energy, and it's also felt on the other side. We want to make sure your customers are having a streamlined, seamless customer journey. Remembering that simplicity builds confidence. I think about one of my clients, Julie, who came in and was so overwhelmed by tech. She's very much in her feminine, kind of like it operates in her creative, which I love, but that was affecting her bottom line and her client flow, etc. And so she knew that in order to grow her business, she needed to come work with me to get these foundational things in place. And now she loves structure. She loves her back end. She loves her systems. And she even shared with me that her partner had been begging her to put these things in place for so long. And she was just brushing it off with him and then worked with me and then fell in love with it. And so it's a joke now of maybe he was right. Maybe he was right. And so now she loves it. And now her customers can come through her offers really easily. She gets paid easy. They get the offer and their coursework, etc., really smoothly. And there's no clunky back and forth anymore like she was struggling with before. And that was affecting her confidence. One of the things that she really wanted to work on was her confidence and her leadership skills. Wasting her time and all these different duct tape things together, this goes here, was affecting her confidence and how she was promoting her courses, her offers, and therefore how her customers and her clients and potential clients were feeling her on the other side. So simplicity not just breeds confidence, but having structure through one system is going to have you feel way more empowered and embodied as a CEO of your business, and therefore having your customers feel the difference. Pitfall number 4, not building an audience before you launch. I see this happen time and time again, is someone just starts their business and they build a course and they wonder why their followers aren't buying. Just because you have followers doesn't mean that you have a proper and primed audience. And this is what causes launches to fall flat. So I want you to avoid this pitfall by making sure that as you're building your audience, you're not only providing value, but you're positioning yourself as an expert. You are teaching them tools that they should be paying you for. I want you to be in such overflow with your wisdom and your content that you think, how are they going to pay me if I'm giving all of this for free? That's where I want you to be. And I did a video around the how to hit your 10K month. And I talk a little bit about this as well. So I recommend go and watch that hit your 10K month video. So when you make sure that you're building your audience, you're priming them, you're getting them warmed up. Remember how I said seeding is selling? This is that. That way, when you do launch your offer, you have people, whether it's 20 primed people or 200, doesn't matter. But you want to make sure that you're intentionally building a curated, niched audience. So when you do put your offer out there, they are fully aligned with it. You've pre-sold it. You've built relationships. You're in the DMs. It's going to support you immensely with filling up your spots much faster. And one of the best ways to do this is a solid, clear lead magnet. If you don't have a lead magnet that is crystal clear, the one quick win that it provides, the one very immediate problem that it solves, then I would recommend making that a priority like today. And we've put together a free resource for you to help you do exactly that. We've made a guide that provides 10 plug and play for any industry lead magnet titles that convert. You can simply comment resource or click the link below to grab that. But that way your title is specific. Remember, specific AF. So you can build your email list. So make sure you grab that resource and get people off of, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, wherever it is, onto your email list to nurture them there. So when you do sell, they're ready. One of my clients, Ruthie, was overcomplicating things in her launch and her messaging. And within just a few weeks of working with me, I get a DM from her saying, "Thank you for reminding me that simplicity is everything." She said this because she launched a course after making a few adjustments to her messaging, really simplifying things. She ended up making over $28,000 the first few days and surpassing that by the time that the launch was over, which means she made her investment to work with me back and then some within just a few days in a shorter window versus waiting 4 or 5 months. Avoiding these pitfalls isn't just about saving time, money, energy, and angst. It's about helping you step more fully into your calling that God has placed on your life, getting your expertise and your gifts out there to the people who need them. Because guess what? Sometimes we are the ones in the way, the bottlenecks in our business that are keeping people from the transformation that they have their credit card, their cash ready to pay you for. So apply these pitfalls, get your course out there, don't overcomplicate it, and start to change the people's lives that are waiting for you. And on top of it, avoiding these pitfalls and getting your course out there is going to boost your confidence, your creativity, and help you create the time and financial freedom that you crave. And if you're ready to start building your audience right now, make sure that you comment the word resource or click the link below to grab your 10 plug and play lead magnet titles today to start building that list and nurturing prime leads. I pray that these pitfalls supported you. Maybe you've done some of them before. Maybe you're going to avoid them and be able to not make all the mistakes I did. I pray it blessed you and supported you, and that it allows you to create the thriving business that I know you are ready for. So make sure you subscribe for all future videos. Scroll back, check out the recent videos that we have. They're going to help you simplify and monetize your online business. Thanks for hanging out.